In today's video, I'm going to show you how I turned this old DeWalt toolbox into something that James Bond would actually use. So I had this old toolbox that's made out of some pretty strong plastic, and so it's quite durable. However, it was made for a specific DeWalt drill package, so there were inner walls to fit around the batteries and the charger and the drill. So it wasn't really usable for anything else. And since the drill already broke a few years ago, and I didn't want to throw away this massive chunk of plastic that could still be used for something. Now, this is just a toolbox. It doesn't have any waterproofing or incredible impact resistance or anything like that. But still, it is very durable. It has these latches that I really like. They are quite easy to open and close, and they are made of metal. Also, this whole case is splash resistant. That's again one thing I really like about it. So I decided to turn this into a gear case. So for that, I started by removing all of the inner walls, and I tried quite a few methods. First, I tried a Dremel tool. This worked, but it was really slow, and also I couldn't always get the cutting disc flush to the case itself. So there were little bumps that were left, and that wasn't really clean. And so I tried some pliers or some snipping tools, and those worked a lot better. I could really put the snipper flush against the case, and the result was quite clean. Of course, these are just the tools I had. If you have something like a multi-sander or any other tool that could do this quicker, be creative and find the solution that works the best for you. Well, this is what worked for me. Also, because I used a Dremel, one of the positives about this is that the little grinding marks on the case are quite small. And here is the removal of the inner walls finished. Now we have a lot more space, and we can put anything in the case that we want. For the outside, because this was branded by DeWalt, and I wanted to use this case to store something else than tools, I decided to remove the logo. For that, I used some paint stripper. This is a really harsh chemical, so there are plastics that it will melt. It wasn't the case here. By doing this in multiple passes, I was able to remove the paint, and the result is much better. To find out if the paint stripper is too aggressive for your tool case, you can use it on some of the parts that won't be seen, or even better, take one of the inner walls that you just cut and list the products on that to see if it will get soft or not. Here is my tool case done, and now it's time for the final part, that is cutting some foam inlays. So I really like the look of these egg-crate foams. I bought these from AliExpress. They weren't really expensive. I think it's supposed to be used for acoustic treatment, but it will do the job just fine here. To cut out the shape, first I used some tracing paper on top of the tool case that I pressed down to get the perimeter of the inside of the tool case. Cut this out. And transferred it to some cardboard. Of course, it wasn't perfect the first try. So let's cut away a bit more. Now it's perfect, and we can transfer it to the foam. First, I planned to cut the foam with the cardboard on top of it, but it didn't really work out, so I transferred the lines one more time using a white Posca. Then it was time to cut. Here I am using a hot wire cutter. This is so satisfying to use. The wire just melts through the foam and you get the perfect line. Here you can see some of the surface finish on the foam. Really looks incredible, like it was cut in a factory. Also, there were little inner chamfers on the toolbox, so I removed some foam on the edges. Now when we push the foam piece in the case, it looks perfect. I also did that for the second half of the case. And now here is the foam all done. I really like how it looks. It reminds me of some scenes from the James Bond movies. Here I did a quick test to store a guitar pedal, and even after shaking it, it didn't move at all in the case. So yeah, I guess for transport it's quite a good solution. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it and maybe it gave you some inspiration to give a second life for your old toolboxes as well. As always, you can support me by clicking the like button and leaving a comment. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.